Welcome to Board Gaming with Austin. Today I've got a quick board game review for you on the board game Wolves by Pandasaurus Games. This is a 2 to 4 player game. I believe it's at 2 to 4 players. And it plays in it's quite a while if you're not really on top of it and keep making your turn, get your turns through. In this review, I'm going to be doing a review rating on the directions, the gameplay, and the component quality. The component quality right off the bat, you can actually see everything in the picture here. Sorry if this isn't the perfect angle, but I actually did just finish a game of this. The component quality, I would actually give a 4.75. Everything is immaculate and perfect. All the little wooden creatures are fully, they're all there. It's not like in the middle of a knot or something. All the little wood pieces are cut properly. They are painted properly. All the cardboard is comes in sheets, so you actually have to punch every single piece you see out. But all the cardboard is really good. The stars, the little stars, is what brought it down to 4.75 because they're actually thicker. So when you pull them out, punch them out, they're actually a little tougher too. Gameplay. I would give the gameplay for a 2-player. We play this 2-player, and we play all our games 2-player. I would give the gameplay for a 2-player game, I would probably do 3.5 stars because there's only so much you can do on tiles. There's the ability to there will be what's called lone wolves. There will be 2 per tile, and then there will be 1 animal you can take control of on each tile. And with a 2-player game, it's kind of the lone wolves. When you take over the lone wolves, you get to place more of your wolves from your board onto the table. And if their lone wolves are all taken, like one person can easily take all the lone wolves. Like I took all the lone wolves from here, here, and here. The other person, my significant other had 5 wolves they couldn't get out on the board. I had all my wolves out on the board. And then there's only the ability to, well, that's all. You have lone wolves, food, and then you kind of just take over the territory. After that, it becomes a area control, and there's rules on how to take over the dens and the pack wolves of the other players. But other than that, that's literally the whole game. So it wasn't the greatest there. And then the rules, I would give a 4.5. Pandasaurus Games usually are really good with their rules. However, unfortunately with these, they didn't give you like step by step. At the beginning of the directions, it tells you this is your turn, but then it like really does not explain the Moonlight board at all like that well. Pretty much as you're going through this and you're taking things off of the inside board here, you're placing them on one of the days on this Moonlight mat, like it's a calendar over here. Then as you get through it, you're scoring points once you get to these pictures, but then like it didn't explain what, do you go all the way to day 30? So yeah, the directions receive a 4.5 star from me. And then the rest of the directions are pretty easy to understand. All the components are there except the Moonlight board it doesn't talk about. So I'd give the total score of this whole game a 4-star. And then now here's my final opinion and a little explanation of how it's played. Each person starts as a wolf clan. You begin by putting a couple wolves on the board, and with a 2-player game, you have these AI pieces, these AI characters. Because of the specific rules of how you take over control of people and how you can target people, you can't actually ever take control of the AI. So the AI pieces, when they're put on the board, they stay on the board, and they never change. You can't take control of 2. There's like a hierarchy of things. So you have an alpha wolf here. The alpha wolves, you have a layer here. You have a den here. And then you have the pack wolf, which I showed you. The layers are worth 3 points. Nothing can take over a layer. The alpha wolves are next. Those are worth 1 point in a region. Alpha wolves can take over dens. They can take over pack wolves, but they can't take over other alpha wolves or layers. And then pack wolves and dens are worth 1 point each, but they can't take over anyone. So pretty much that's what it is with the hierarchy. And because of that, and the rule is an alpha wolf can't take over pack wolves if there's 2 together. And you can't obviously take over a layer, so there's a layer on everything else. So that's why you can never take over the AI. So pretty much you're competing against the AI and the other second player that you're playing with. So if you can see right here, this is completely taken over by the other player. This region is taken over by me. This region over here is taken over by me. And there's no scoring points over here because we already completed that area. And pretty much that's it. You move the wolves around by flipping these tiles that are above your player board. They have different designs on them. And when you flip the design, or when you target, the entire point of the game, the entire mechanic of the game, is you look at one of the hexes. If what you're trying to do on that is on that hex, so you're trying to do something with these wolves on this hex, or you want to move over here onto this hex, or you want to build a den on this hex, everything you do is targeting a specific hex. And all those hexes have different designs on them, just like these little squares that you place above your board. And pretty much whatever you're targeting, whatever design is on that hex, you have to have 1, 2, or 3 of these squares above your board and flip them over. And each piece has different designs on each side. Now, the hardest thing to do is to take over dens and take over pack wolves. That requires 3 of these designs. Each person only has 2 of every design except 1, which is the type of wolf you are. So this person has a desert wolf. So they have 3 of these desert squares, which allows them to take over and do stuff faster on desert tiles. And then there's the Tundra wolf, which is the same thing but for tundra. Yeah, so I give this game a 4-star. Very beautiful art as well. They have player aid cards. In general, it's a pretty good game. It's just, it's not that great for a 2-player. Hence, 3.5 star for gameplay, and then total score is 4-star. Thank you. Have a good day.